Okay, hold up. Before I start talking shit, let me remind you that I got a dog for this bit. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Games Case today, and only today we are here to talk about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC Wave 2 Ultra Edition. That's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about each track, you know what I mean? Give my thoughts on it, all that stuff. Talk about sort of how it stacks between the first pack and all that stuff. But guys, before we get into it, of course, make sure to subscribe to your boy here, like the video, leave your comments. Let me know what you like, what's popping, what's going on. I have a few guests over for the next few days, so if stuff is a little sporadic or slower, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try to obviously have stuff up here, and of course, guys. All right, of course. I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, I'm gonna try to start getting into a bit more of like the bigger video ideas that I've had in my head, because it's something I want to do, but it's like I'm gonna get there. I have to do it. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna figure it out. Everything's gonna be all good. But guys, without further ado, let's get into the Mario Kart track. So I'm gonna grab some of the recording footage I have here. By the way, I just want to say real quick that I don't know why the footage got all fucky somehow, and it sort of like had this random lag spike, so sorry about that. I'll try to skip through it, but let's go ahead and talk about this. So we got race number 1 here, which is Sydney Sprint. This is the sort of Australia themed track, the Australian track in the game, and I love this track, but I love this track so much, bro. From the music that's playing. Hold up, can I pull it up for a second? Hold up, bro. Banger, bro. I love the Sydney Sprint music that goes on. It's a banger. I love the sort of amusement park setting they got going on here. I love how dynamic it feels, like, you know, seeing the trains on the side, seeing obviously, you know, the character models they got over here jumping along. I love obviously how, you know, each track does the thing where it swaps which lane you go to and stuff. It's just I've just loved this idea of putting the Mario Kart Tour tracks into the game. And is it just me, or do they like really look better? Like, I genuinely think, like, obviously for me graphically, like, I wasn't affected by Wave 1, because I know some people thought Wave 1 like looked a little less, you know, grandiose graphically, but it feels like the way they've done it here makes them look like really fucking good. And I haven't seen really much discourse at all about like how it looks. I feel like they've stylized it a bit more and they understand it a bit more, and all that, and I just think it's super good, dope, man. And I think Sydney Sprint just stands out. Like, that's a great track. I think it's, like I said, it's got the dynamic ramps here. Anywhere where I could do a bunch of cool tricks, I'm always gonna be a big fan of, in the different paths and all that stuff. So Sydney Sprint is a W for me. Now, what's the other track we can go to? The next one up in this, of course, this is GBA Snow Land. So it's really interesting seeing the GBA tracks from, what is it, it's Super Circuit, I think that's what it's called, the GBA one, get some, or it's Mario Circuit, one of those two. But yeah, the GBA Mario Kart getting Snow Land. This track is fun. What I really like about this track, right, is how nice it feels to go on the ice. There's something about the ice that feels nice, and you got the penguins sliding around with you. They can bump into, which I think is really funny. Like, this ice right here looks so, huh? Am I gonna see it? No, I'm not. But the ice just looks satisfying. I just like the penguins driving around here. And I think, like, look, the GBA tracks, I think no matter what, are going to be, you know, a little simple on design style, but they're gonna be fun. But I do think this is better than the Sky Garden track. I felt like Sky Garden was like, it was cool, but you could tell it was missing something. But I think here they sort of nailed the aesthetic and style of, you know, the level they were going for here. So yeah, I think it's a dub for GBA Snow Land. I think it's a well-designed track. I think it's fun, not too complicated, fits the GBA style, and all that. So yeah, that's another banger. Of course, my baby boy, the homie, that fucking guy, all right, Mushroom Gorge. That's right, bro. On the Wii, Mushroom Gorge, one of my goats, right? One of my favorite tracks. And here it is, just like I remember it, man. I love this track. One of the most satisfying things about this track, obviously, aside from me being bad at the game, is just the constant tricks you can do. Like I said, you bump on the mushrooms. It's, when you really think about it, it's actually a really small course, but it's really satisfying, you know. And I think that's what's all been nice about it. Like, you have this nice cave you're in. You obviously have the split paths you could take. You can go there to the blue one to get a glider, or you could just go through here, get an extra item box. Like, I like how there's also like agency in your choices for what you want to do, you know, stylistically for this track to maneuver through it. I don't know why I said that in the most fucking smart way ever, but what I mean is, like, in that last part, there's cool options to take for the mushrooms to sort of speed through it better. But yeah, man, this to me was necessary. Like, this feels like I'm at home playing this track because it's a track I've wanted in the game since day one, and it just fits Mario Kart perfectly, and it's so fun. Like, it's such a fun, simple course that I really love, that even though I'm getting destroyed at, I'm happy it's here. I felt like nothing was lost. Nothing felt like, you know, I lost the thing, or like that something changed. Like, I love this track how it is. Like, here you can get the glider that was in the 3DS version of the game, so really happy about that. One of my favorite tracks getting some love. Next up, right, where's the homie? There it is, guys. So this is the brand new cup we got in here. It's called Ice Cream Sunday Highway or something like that. But yeah, this track, first of all, I'm a sucker for any, you know, level or area that's based on food. You know, I think those are always such a fun aesthetic, you know, because the ground is made of food and all this stuff. I think just super cool thing. But man, this track really is awesome. I think this is a standout. What I love about this track too is it is purely in zero gravity. Like, the whole thing is in zero gravity, so you can do the thing where you're constantly bumping into each other. You know, there's some cool ramps you can go over. There's some cool shit that happens. I can also follow up. But yeah, they have definitely these like two steep curves you got to do, which is really good. But yeah, man, like right here from like you get like the snacks you're riding on. I love this track. Now, here's the thing, right? I know a lot of people point this out of like, this seems like it's definitely a Mario Kart Tour track that was supposed to be in Tour, but they put it here first. You know what? I don't mind that, you know? I don't care. Give me the illusion, you know, at least that this is, you know, made for this game. Because I think, you know what I think? Honestly, I don't even think it's that. I think it's almost like, hey, what if both teams, you know, talk and discuss together about, hey, we have this track that we're going to sort of stylize for Mario Kart 8. That will come to Tour. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, like now with this track, right? You think about it. This feels like a new track, but then it's gonna go to Tour and it'll feel at home there. So maybe they're like co-designing it, so it at least feels like it's a new one. But either way, listen, I'm not complaining. You know, shout out. Like, I'm not complaining at all. I think this is a cool way to handle this, and I just think this track to me was super fun. I think the aesthetic is dope. The gameplay of it is really fun. It feels like a really unique design for a track. I like that you can bump into these sort of ramps and just get the boost off them. Just really well designed, fun track in my opinion. I think it's one of definitely the highlights for sure of the DLC. Now let's get into the other cup of the game. So we got, oh my god, we got a crash apparently, but now I fixed it. So we got New York Minute for the Turnip Cup coming through. The homie stretching out, hanging out, you know, do what he's got to do. But yeah, we got New York Minute up in this bitch. Yeah, man, I love New York Minute. I think this one's another standout track. I think it's really fun from Tour specifically. I think it's dynamic. Again, I'm also a sucker for city levels. I think those are always very fun. This is what I was talking about when I was saying the footage got all fucked. But yeah, I'm a sucker for any city level. What's cool about it too is like you sort of leave the city and you go to like the Central Park style place. I love this, bro. It's really, really dope, man. I really love what they're doing here. It's kind of cool just to see these levels stylized for console. I really love this approach of, hey, how about the way we make Mario Kart Tour levels, you know, good on console? Well, they could be good on mobile too, but you know, the way we could keep it dynamic on console is having the thing where each lap things shift. And I think that's just a good idea to make these tracks stand out, because you know, they're a little less complex on the design side, but they're obviously fun and well designed. But this just makes it more dynamic. And in the next Mario Kart game, like I said, this is what I want as a gimmick, because this is what stood out in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, right? Where each lap something in the map would change and it felt very dynamic, and that's something I really appreciate. So New York Minute is a W for me. I really like it. SNES Mario Circuit, look, man, here's the thing. SNES Mario Circuit is not the craziest track of all time. You know, it's also apparently a very laggy track, but that's just the stupid footage. But yeah, listen, Mario Kart SNES Super Circuit, I think it's a fun track. It's, you know, it's one of those things where I'm glad it's here. You know, I'm glad you are here because I like you as a track. You know, I appreciate you. You're a nice track, and you give me that nice feeling. You know, I just like the skyboxes. I like the backgrounds. I like the colorful blocks. I'm happy it's here. It may not be complicated, but it's a track that I just like driving on and sort of learning the game. And I think it's just a fun, nice track, and I'm glad we have it. So next one, Calamari Desert. That's the guy right there. That's the homie. I love Calamari Desert. I've always loved it since N64. I'm pretty sure this is like the earliest time I played it. It's such a good track, man. I love how you have options. Again, you could go through that train track back there. You could go to that glider if you have a mushroom. You go down this regular path. And what's cool again is it does the shifting thing on each lap. Like for example, if I go right now to lap 2 and I skip ahead right now, there's this like ramp going on here that you can choose to go, or you go to the train track. You know, you have these different changes. And what's cool is like this track feels pretty big. Like you feel like you're on a lap for a while, which I think is super dope. And what's cool is it does the like cartoon thing where like you're going into the cave right here where you think, you know, it's blocked up, but it's not. So I find this part is also really well done. I also got it by a blue shell because apparently I'm just that good at the game. But yeah, just listen, man. Calamari Desert to me is a must. Like I feel like that's one of the OGs you gotta have in there. And yeah, man, I think it's a W. I really love Calamari Desert. Glad it is in the game. Now, of course, the grand finale, the standout of all standouts, Waluigi Pinball, bro. They went all out for this track. You know, aside from the Wario song that they reuse, listen, I think Waluigi Pinball is fucking awesome. One of my favorite things about this track is when you get the item box, it does the old school item box sound, and that's such a nice little touch. But just not just that, like guys, this track just, I don't know what they did. They revamped the shit out of it. It legitimately feels like this is a Mario Kart 8 track, like through and through, from how it looks, from how grandiose it feels. Everything about this track just stands out so much. You know, it was always one of the best ones from the DS, but having it here in this like big style, and you have to like be wary because you have the bumpers, you got the balls going around, you know, it's so fun and crowded, and I love it, man. Just this, I think this and the new track are like my favorites for sure from the DLC. I think they stand out a lot. They're just very vibrant, fun level tracks, and everything about it is just so good. So shout out to them on Waluigi Pinball. Very happy about that. You know, that's that guy. You know, he knows what's up. But guys, that's it for that right there. So let's sort of compare, right? So I have an image here, right? Let's go over here, right? Let's talk about this. Yeah, let's see what's popped. Let's go. What the fuck happened to my browser? Oh, there we go. But yeah, let's talk about this, right? So we have wave 1, guys. Everything is collapsing as we know it. Every single thing is collapsing as we know it. But yeah, we have wave 1 over here, right? With let's do this. Let's go one by one in comparison, right? So let's give it a point system. So Paris Promenade or New York Minute. Which one do I like more? Paris does foster the French. I'm giving it to New York Minute. By a little. Actually, no. You know what? I'm actually giving this up to Paris Promenade. I like Paris Promenade a little bit more. But I really do like the Night Style City. Shit. Fuck it. I'm giving point 1 to New York Minute. So point 1 goes to wave 2 with New York Minute. So it's 1-0 so far. Now, track 2, Toad Circuit versus Mario Circuit. Ooh, I'm gonna have to give this point to Toad Circuit. All right, Toad Circuit a little more, you know, fun aesthetically and stuff like that. Mario Circuit, a classic, but kind of just, you know, it is what it is. So far, we're 1-1 on the points. Now, race 3, Calamari Desert versus Choco Mountain. I like Calamari Desert a bit more because Choco Mountain is really cool, but it's sort of this like similar path you take. Not much dynamic stuff going on besides, you know, the boulder falling down and trying to kill you. It's a very simple track. I'm happy it's there. You know, it's got obviously a very dope song that I love from it. It's just a nice aesthetic, but I think Calamari Desert, you know, it's got the sunset, you got the train, you got the dynamic tracks. Easy win. So far, 2-1 on the scoreboard. Now, this is a tough one, guys. Coconut Mall versus Waluigi Pinball. Ooh. Listen, man, I love Waluigi Pinball, but Coconut Mall is the Mario Kart track. All right, so that's the seller. You know, that's the content right there. So far it's 2-2 on the scoreboard, which is good. which is good. But I love Waluigi Pinball, but I think Coconut Mall is the level. Now let's go for the second Cubs they got. So Sydney Sprint versus Tokyo Blur. I really like both of these, but I will give it to Sydney Sprint because I like more of the vibrance going on here. I like the amusement park setting. I'm like a sucker for that. That's something I really love. That's what I really love about this pack. It has a lot of things that I personally really love in an aesthetic. So I love that shit. Tokyo Blur is very fun. It's more of like a standard highway, and it's more like crazy for you because it's the first time, well, first or second time you see like the dynamic lap changes, but it is pretty much just a standard highway that's just fun to drive on. But I think Sydney Sprint is just, it's satisfying. You know, the song that plays is awesome too, the flooring and everything. I like Sydney Sprint a bit more. So far 3-2 for wave 2. Now next up, Shroom Ridge versus Snow Land GBA. Okay. Ooh. I like Shroom Ridge a little more. I like when there's like a bunch of crazy cars, because again, the GBA Snow Land is fun. It's a satisfying level. Well, fuck, but Snow Land has the penguins. Never mind, I picked the penguins on. All right, that's it. It is 4-2 so far, chat. And everybody, I don't know why I'm saying chat, I'm not even laughing. It's 4-2 so far on the scoreboard for wave 2. All right, next up, Sky Garden versus Mushroom Gorge. Mushroom Gorge. It is 5-2 so far. It's not looking good for the homie. All right, right there. It is 5-2. And of course, Ninja Hideaway versus Sky High Sunday. Ooh, shit. That's a hard one. You know what? I really love Sky High Sunday, but I think the craziness and weirdness of Ninja Hideaway stands out a bit more. So there it is, bro. So it's 5-3 on the scoreboard for wave 2. So yeah, I think, again, I think it boils down definitely to what you prefer by check. But for me, I think wave 2 hits a little different. And I think, you know, it's the 5-3 difference. It's 5 points for wave 2, 3 points for wave 1. But yeah, no, guys, I just, listen, I'm really happy with these so far. It's just cool to have new Mario content. Wouldn't you agree? He agrees. He 100% agrees. But yeah, so I really love the content in there. I think wave 2 definitely stands out, and I'm very excited to see the rest. I don't want to really talk about the leaks. I've seen them. If you would like to go see them, by all means, there's many ways for you to do that. Maybe I'll do it some other time. But guys, let me know what you all think of the DLC. Which one are your favorite tracks? Tell me 2 things, right? What are your 2 favorite tracks from wave 2? And then also tell me if you prefer wave 1 or wave 2. So guys, thank y'all for watching. You're the best. Peace.